All right, guys. So I've been wanting to watch a movie that's about one of my favorite type of subjects, and it's about government giving troops, whether it would be in Vietnam or in World War II, mind control substances to see how the troops would react, such as MK Ultra and stuff like that. Well, this movie is about a group of soldiers that are in Vietnam. They be given this compound, the psychedelic compound that's supposed to mix with their heads during war practices. So they're going to war in Vietnam. They didn't know that they were given acid or this type of psychedelic that made them turn on each other. They saw each other as enemies. They saw each other as the enemy that they were trying to fight. So they started shooting each other. The main character Jacob gets stabbed, and while he's like passing out, the movie cuts to certain parts of him surviving the war. Like he's in his apartment, he has a new girlfriend, and he's still mourning the death of his wife and child. And then so on and so on goes forth. And the reason why I wanted to watch this movie is because I have done LSD myself. I've done psychedelics, and one thing that started to trip me out was during some scenes where this guy is just walking down the alley and he sees a car trying to hit him, and when he looks at to see who's driving the car, he sees like a person with like some weird melted face, and like it looks like some kind of weird like a psychological monster. I read somewhere that some of this movie helped create some Silent Hill video games in terms of atmosphere and dark tone vibes. So I was like, all right, let's give this movie a shot. And basically, it's just about people doing acid and stuff like that. But what makes this movie even more interesting is that what if we have been in an experience where we've died, but we just continued on as if we just blinked and we went to another parallel version of ourselves. Like let's say you you're on acid and then you die, and then you just wake up as if you're in a dream, and you're like, wow, okay, I thought I was dead, but I guess I'm not. And I may or may not spoil it here. I'm just gonna spoil the movie because this movie's been out since 1990, so it's been out for quite a while. So basically, this guy is dead and he's dying, while his friends are trying to revive him because he's been stabbed, right? So his friends are trying to revive him, and as they're trying to revive him with CPR and doing the defibrillator, he's having flashbacks of another alternate universe that he's living within his own mind. Because they say that once you're dying, with DMT, it gets produced through your mind. So when you're dying, you could be tripping and you could be going off into another like state of mind, another parallel universe in your head, the dreamlike state. So the movie is about him being in the dreamlike state while he's dying, and he has LSD in his head. And what makes it weird is because he was like within his own dream realm. He was reading a book, and the book was talking about seeing demons and being stuck in possibly purgatory. So I was thinking to myself, like, because I've seen some crazy shit before. Like, I remember one time I seen somebody with a melted face one time, and I was like, okay, that's creepy. I just saw a demon. And what if people that see ghosts and they see goblins, they think they see stuff in their imaginary heads? Maybe it's because they are in purgatory and they almost had a near-death experience, and some of us have done acid. So if you've done acid and you've had a near-death experience, what if you right now are in your own Jacob's ladder? Some weird type of stuff like that. So this movie should definitely be watched now, since there's a lot of ketamine depression therapy. So, and I'm sure a lot of people have been doing acid now. And of course, there's that movie, that idea of the government giving people acid. So this is another one of those movies, except it has it's like The Sixth Sense on acid, basically. So, yeah, so I would suggest to watch this movie if you like movies about acid, people being on acid, near-death experience, possibly being in purgatory, psychological thriller movies. This movie has got that, what I just said. Maybe take some medical cannabis before you watch the movie, or drink something like that. Just get a little bit in the mood to witness something that's kind of psychologically trippy. So that's gonna be sort of my review of this movie. I'm not sure if I review this movie good or not, but if it gets people to go, all right, I want to see a movie about acid and psychological trauma people and PTSD, because the main person in this story has PTSD from being in the war, but he has PTSD in his dream state, and it's like this whole movie is weird, man. It has just the possibility of how about if I were to die right now, like a car would have struck me while I'm recording, and then I just branch off into another parallel while I am alive right now, and that moment never happened. Like I never got hit by the car, or that time you almost got hit by a car and you didn't. And it's just like, what if you actually did get hit by the car and you're now just reliving another false memory while they're trying to revive you? It's just weird shit like that. So have you had a psychedelic experience, a near-death experience? Have you seen Shadow People, the guy with the gray hat? So if you have said yes to any of those questions, then you may want to check out this movie, Jacob's Ladder from 1990. Check it out. Peace out.
Once again, I would like to say thank you for watching.